Umkhambathini Municipality, Kwazi Mkhize. Our reporter Ayanda Mhlongo is at the funeral service, and we have since re-established connection with her, and she joins us now. A very good morning to you, Ayanda. Thank you so much for joining us. What's the latest regarding this funeral?
A very good morning to you, Simpiwe. Yes, this funeral service for the late Ward 3 councillor Kwazi Mkhize is underway here at the smoked ground here in the area of Umkhambathini. We are just outside Pietermaritzburg. The funeral got underway about 10 minutes ago, and we saw family members here. The community members are out in their numbers. Members of the ANC, members of the ANC Youth League, who he was a member of. He was also the branch chairperson of the ANC Youth League here in this ward. The leadership of the ANC under the Moses Mabhida region here in Pietermaritzburg, and also provincial leaders of the ANC. There's mayors and councillors who are also out here today to bid their final farewells to a young person. He died at the age of 34, a person who has been described as being highly committed, and member of good standing, was highly committed to the ANC. They said that he's been very instrumental in winning in the ANC, winning this ward for the first time in the last year's local government elections in 2016. They said he worked on the ground with young people, of course, having been chairperson of the youth, and he was very keen on ensuring that he developed his community, which is largely rural. And the ANC has said in the past weeks that it has certainly lost a cadre. It has certainly lost somebody that we're looking up to, who was going to continue to strengthen the ANC in this particular area, but was also very committed to a service delivery. As he died on the 30th of August, he was shot outside just minutes after attending a branch meeting here in the local community hall. We understood that at that meeting it was not just about members of the ANC, but it was also open to the public, where he was speaking about some of the development that was going to take place here in this area. And it is as he was leaving that branch meeting, where we understood that unknown gunmen were lying in wait and they opened fire on him. He died then on the scene. Of course, his death, of course, a great concern to the ANC. As you would know, Simpiwe, that in this province of Kwazulu Natal, there's been a number of political killings that have been of high concern to the ANC. As we know that just this past week, down in the south coast, in the area of Mzimkhulu, where the former Secretary General of the ANC, Sindiso Magaga, also has died, succumbing to his injuries. He had been shot in July and spent almost 2 months in hospital. Just speaking when we arrived here to some of the ANC leaders who are here, saying that it's now become intolerable, it's now become unbearable, that almost at every weekend they are going to be going out and burying members of the ANC, that they're going to be burying leaders. And more sadly for them is that in this instance of Kwazi, they're burying a young person.
Now, Ayanda, you just gave us a comprehensive update on the political killings in KZN. We also have the Morani Commission investigating the political killings in the province. Do we know at this point how they are faring with regards to the investigations?
Well, yes, the commission is continuing. It's had a number of people come forward to give testimony. As you would know, that it's also visited some areas. We know that it did a site visit at the Gleeblands hostel, another area that has been a hotspot here in the city of Durban. And as we understand that it is likely to go and visit some other areas where we have seen violence, killings, particularly that are believed to be politically motivated. We understand that there are still a number of people who are going to come forward and testify at that commission. And just this past week, the ANC held its press conference to deal with how as a party it's going to be dealing with this current scourge. And it said that some of its leaders were going to also appear before the Morani Commission and also give testimony. The ANC is also setting up its own internal task teams that are going going to be looking inside in the ANC and trying to investigate on their own. So you've got the ANC with 2 task teams that are going to be investigating internally. You've got the Moirane Commission that is looking at all political killings in the province, not only those linked to the, or believed to be intra-party involving the ANC. We've also had members of the IFP, the NFP also being killed. And of course, we also simply need to mention that the police have established a task team involving the Hawks that are also investigating. In this particular case as well, we understand the Hawks are investigating the death of Kwazi Mkhize, and so that investigation by the Hawks is continuing. There's been no arrests in this particular case, or in many of some of the others. I know that at least in only one case that we know of, and that is the killing of a councillor in Pongolo. They have made a breakthrough in that case, and 2 people have been arrested there. So, Simpiwe, you can see that law enforcement agencies, the ANC itself, and of course the Moirane Commission, they are all investigating. The hopes of the people of this province are resting on the Moirane Commission to say that possibly once it has concluded its work, it will then be able to shed light on the reasons and the motives behind these killings.
All right, Ayanda will certainly be in touch with you as the day progresses. Thank you so much for your update. That was our reporter Ayanda Mhlongo coming to us live from Kwazulu Natal, where the slain Ward 3 ANC councillor in Umkhambathini Municipality, Kwazi Mkhize's funeral is still underway.